Movistar's Vertigo. And you know what I didn't realize in the pregame, Neo?
Go on.
Movistar have absolutely stunk on this map for the last 3 months.
Yeah, it's not been great. It's not been pretty. And for Sangal, this is also, you know, it's a great pick for them and a punish pick as well on the other side. It's the perfect win-win scenario. Soulfly, little jiggle, just going to fall back. And something that I really want to question is how Sangal go about this. They know that statistically it's not a great map for the Spanish side. Does that make them a little bit too overconfident?
It's possible, but I feel like this is a map that, or this is a team that feeds off that kind of confidence. When they feel like they can get away for things, they're a lot stronger individually, right? I think that's something you get with newer teams. Bomb plant early on. It's a full retake set up on towards A. Okay, QB won the lottery. Hits the timing on the player coming off of the plant. That's what you love to see if you're a CT side getting started here. He's going to be the deployed utility. Moplaz is a key piece here. If they take care of him, much easier defuse. And he will get one, but the trades are brutal. It's not looking so hot here. It's AVG, the last bastion of defense, and he's going to be wiped away. No hope, no chance, no time.
It's a great retake. It really is. I mean, granted, a little bit of luck. That shot through the smoke, you know, you're not going to say no to it. Luck's part of the game when it comes down to it. But a fantastic round from Sangal. Very, very lightly worked for them. A couple of flashes, one smoke, and they managed to completely retake that site and dismantle that Movistar post plant. It's really just changed things. I mean, I guess, you know, the bomb plant does mean money to work with for the Spanish roster. They can bring Galil's in towards the next. Susol just a deagle for him as he prioritizes utility over on the other side. Bit of a similar buy. M4's coming through, or a couple of them, and then some MP9s. At close range can really cause a problem. For Movistar, while they've got, I'd say, the slightly better firepower with the quad Galil, not exactly going to be easy.
The smoke's the critical piece. If they get pushed off of their first take and burn too many smokes, that would have been a nice pick early on. Good damage on the Corey. Good attempt there from Alex to find themselves an early advantage. That's really what they're looking for. Take the rifles, put them in positions to maximize the range. But you do have these two M4s, silenced and done, to worry about. And it looks like we're going to go back into El Clasic, the ramp hit.
Can never go wrong, right? User being traded over. Soulfly. This is similar for Sangara. I don't think they don't mind too much, essentially giving up ramp and giving up that map control because they know they're going to win out the fights and the trades over towards the site. So for them, it's not really too much of an issue. A slow take coming through from Movistar, but as you mentioned, very limited utility, and it could really come back to bite them. A couple of smokes to work with and a flash, not going to be good.
There's no smoke on the CT side. This is actually not a good situation to play retake in. They've got the Molotovs, but if you give up ramp, if you give up this bomb plant, it's going to be a really tough retake without smokes. Unless there's some down in towards spawn that I'm not aware of. This could be a problem for Sangal now. You have 1 HE, right? Teams will save... Oh, it's going to be deployed early on the Molotov. They're trying to prevent that bomb from going down. Here comes in Martinez. He plants default. If the nade was here, that would be punishing, but it doesn't really find him. It's actually the most minimal chip damage. Martinez is down to half, but you're going to be able to get away, and this is that problem. You don't have smokes for the retake. You're going to have to use flashes and Molotovs to force the angles. You really are just going to have to take the fights. Martinez stuck at default. Davy finds one. Martinez is cleared. Davy G controlling from the ramp. He's got Alex as well to play off of, and now they realize the issue. They need to tap the bomb. They need to start to get on this. They're going to swing. Good trades. And, oh, Saucel, you gotta peek, you gotta peek. They get the defuse. It's gonna be a round for Sangal. Missed time from Saucel.
Oh, that's tough. That's a tough one. Again, the timing is brutal. And I think this is where we start to look at these rookie mistakes for Movistar being the reason why their stats in the last 3 months aren't too pretty at all. Because that's another showing. We're around that. Well, it should have gone their way. The limited utility, as you rightfully mentioned, coming in towards that retake for Sangal. No smoke, then they have to play off the back of a couple of nades, which weren't used too effectively, a couple of flashes, which had very little effect, and a Molotov, which was placed over towards sandbags. No one was sat there. It looked like a free round for Movistar, and timing got the better of them. I mean, obviously, he's been held as well, so could have made it all the more different. Either way, 2-0, and of course, for the C-side from Movistar, a bomb plant means a buy. But it's a similar sort of buy that Sangal now rock themselves in what is essentially a bonus.
Oh, it's a huge kill early on. That was one of the smokes as well. Should be retrievable. They do need these, and this time it seems like Sangal are more eager to contest the ramp. Perhaps too eager. Goodbye, Soulfly. What can Skrunk do? The Skrunker finds himself one. And that's now looking low in the numbers. They've got the rifles. They do have the util set to go for it. But this is not the way you wanted to start your round. And if you're not going to be able to get a bomb plan here, you will finally have to see the eco come through, perhaps. But with the smokes, and based on the tendencies we've seen from Sangal, bomb plant might still be viable.
Potentially. Util will come through. I mean, they've got space to work with from Movistar. Oh, so I say, getting peppered through the smoke. Alex has a 38, even trying to get a bomb plant here. Time is ticking, and a Molotov on default to make it all the more uncomfortable. Now will go down, planted, but util, bit of a util here, might I say. Could cause an issue. 3 versus 3. Alex, just a slither of HP to work with.
It is interesting to see Movistar now do 3 out of 3 plants on default as opposed to the right side plant. That's a big kill. Good flashbang. Moplot's never had a chance. Brutal here. Defuse gonna come in. Smoke might fade right before it happens, but no, Alex isn't checking it, so they just defuse right under his nose. Does Alex get away with this? He does. All right.
Okay.
At least a rifle into the next round.
Yeah, and to be honest, they should have no problem buying up around it if they want to. The support is okay. They still do have money to work with. The consistent bomb plants are just allowing this to happen. And on top of the fact that they've got a bit of loss bonus building up as well. I mean, for Sangal, you know, no problems for them in terms of a buy. They're going to have no real issues. It's still essentially what is a bonus. But, hey, I think for Movistar, they're getting so close yet so far, and it's a bit of an issue. We have a slight tech pause here. Could be a little bit of an FPS issue, so hopefully we get this show back on the road. And
Already
then we
back.
About to get started momentarily. There should be a buy around this. I mean, they've got money to work with, and yeah, exactly that. So we're going to see a full buy from Movistar, no problems. Utility, again, not really going to be too much of an issue, especially since that one save rifle will allow for some to be dropped. But for Sangal, similar thing. Very, very conclusive buy over there. The only real question mark, in a sense, is Fuzi with that Galil, but he's more than happy to play on a lesser rifle to money for an AWP late down the line.
At this point, Movistar are kind of locked into Groundhog's Day. They keep doing just enough that they kind of have to buy in the next one, and that they have just enough to put this sort of not quite perfect but good enough buy together. And they keep going into the A-ramp pit. So break the cycle, Movistar. Get yourself out of the time loop. Go to another site. Do something else. Early on, they tried to work that one pick towards B off the boost. Since then, they really haven't even messed with it. I would love to see them threaten elsewhere. Because the thing is, from Sangal's perspective, every round their buy gets a little better. Bit more util, bit more complete. Last time they saved 3 guns as well, so now you're seeing the effect of that. But losing Soulfly again early on here, this time without a pick first, that could be bad. That could be the start that they finally need. Skrunk's gonna try and this time. Last time he got it, this time he gets punished. Tries the same play again. Movistar are ready for it. Fuzi wants to go in. They just can't help themselves. Being tempted in, honeypotted into some fights. Fuzi catches that nade right on the chin. I think this kill determines the round. If Fuzi goes down here, should just be an easy take on. And here's the fight. There's the duel. Goodbye, Fuzi. QB and Corey left. Not enough money to just throw guns away willy-nilly. And at this point, QB, can he even think of an escape? No, he'll stick around, find one, and Saucel's in spawn. So what do they want to do with the bomb? Saucel position in towards mid. He controls this. The bomb is coming towards B. QB recognized it, but it's not prepared for Saucel's position. There's the round for Movistar. Finally, the one they needed to crack through.
Exactly. Cycle broken now. They're not kind of this rinse and repeat where it's like, you know, full buy-in and then they fail to convert it, but they've done just enough. Now they can conclusively, you know, build up a little bit of stability in terms of their economy and have, I guess, a bit of confidence behind them. Same can't be said over towards the CT side. I mean, unfortunately for them, it was quite a full investment in what was essentially a bonus. And actually come back to bite them. They've gone for a full investment once further because their economy needs to be reset anyway. And eco would still mean that I have no money to work with until round number 6. So, 1 rifle, 1 scout, and a couple of pistols. Hoping that kind of Fuzi can tag him and the pistols can bag him. Or vice versa.
Great. Going to get dropped, but QB in the meantime. All right, here's the deagle. All right. That's maybe why Movistar were nervous about coming towards B. They've tested it, and they have been rejected. Problem here is if you give up this angle entirely, well, a couple guns are going to get picked up by your opponents. That's exactly what's starting to happen. Uh-oh, Movistar. Davi G's got toe holds on A, though. He's got his feet into this. Fuzi's playing back with a scout, but WG has a lot of real estate given up for free. He can actually work his way all the way around this corner into elevator and might encounter Soulfly with a Deeg. So they're going to group up. They're going to come in, and that's a big kill to find. They've lost vision on towards the site. Soulfly's the only one who's close. He's got some utility. And now his teammates are coming in with the rifles. It's going to come out. It's the mortar shot that get Molpaz. Not quite the kill. Those need to be quicker. Those need to be quicker for the punish. They just don't quite have them. But here's the clear. DaVG holds the line for the first. The second as well. And DaVG takes this one home with a 3-piece.
It got a little bit closer than they should have been, though. I mean, those pistols, QB stepping up over towards B, and a little bit of an issue. There was a world in which that force could have really come back to bite Movistar and would have completely changed the trajectory of this early part of map number 1. Not to be, so we're okay. We're kind of in our expected showings right now, and this is where that full eco comes through for Sangal. They just got to stick around that 2K mark, have money to work into round number 7, and, well, unfortunately for them, it's going to be a bit of an eco. Now, I saw them do this in the open quals. It was all 5 who did it, though, in the open quals. They did a bit of a pyramid stack on yellow, and it worked, and they won the round with USPSs. So I'm not, you know, not foreshadowing by any means, but the last time, the only time I've seen them do this quintuple stacking towards mid,
It worked.
they got 2 rifles and won the round. So, just saying.
Neo, if it happens again, if it happens to Movistar right now, I think they just have to DC. And bail. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. You are so many USPs.
Oh, no. They're hunting.
Nope, they get 1 AK. They don't get 2. They don't get 2. All right, here we go. Early start. Problem is, Salsa has such a good position now. Martinez is with him. Martinez will have to commit the bomb, but the Molotov gives him a little bit of cover for this. They're going to come in. Oh, they are. One found Molly. Again, just a bit too late, but they're trying to figure this out. I know this should be just a shooting gallery. This certainly this can't fall apart. They're going to commit. No one wants to be the first. No one wants to be the first. All right. They've dodged the shot. Here they go in. Here we go. Martinez, Salso. Yeah, it's the cleanup crew. It's the cleanup crew. AK trying to get away from this one, but it is going to be a 3rd round for Movistar.
Yeah, AK hightailing it. Hey, I mean, didn't pan out the way it did in the open quals, but to be fair, not a bad effort. You'll walk away with no investment on an AK-47. However, you might not actually walk away with the AK at this rate. Mopos got a pretty good idea. Strong. It's going to fall. No AK save for you. I guess, you know, not the end of the world that I have money to work with towards round number 7, but I respect the effort. It's commendable. And as you mentioned, the Christmas tree. You know, it's in the festive spirits for Sangal. Yeah. So,
well, they were just trying to find some presents under the tree. They had to go out and get them themselves. You know, hard workers.
There we go.
Santa's little elves.
Gotta respect it. Into round number 7, of course, full buy. No AWP for Fuzi to challenge Adam Martinez. So that could be the only real issue. He hasn't had too much impact thus far, but I mean, it hasn't really been tested all too much either. So it's quite important. I think Sangal, they themselves in a bit of a brutal cycle. It's full buy-in, failed to convert, eco, and kind of rinse and repeat. They have to find a win here to start contending with the economy over towards that seaside.
Oh, good opener from Martinez. This is the big round. Right, this is Sangal defeated. Here's your chance to kind of put them in the mud here early on their own map pick. Also interesting that Sangal did get the CT start on this one. And Movistar chose to start attacking half.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's true, actually. That's very true. Maybe there's, you know, a plan up their sleeves where they know that, you know, maybe the CT side is their strongest one in, of course, generally what is a weak map for them. And they're hoping they can kind of use momentum off the back of the first half to work in their favor, or vice versa. I mean, a lot of teams who start on the T side, I think it's extremely risky, because if you get into a bad mental space, right, if your morale starts to drop, it's really hard, even if you go into the easier side, to kind of climb it back in your favor. So I have to wait and see. Corey for the first. DaVG will trade out Scrunk. Numbers still favor the T side of Movi.
All the bodies are going to be here. But again, they just don't have a lot to contest in terms of the long game, in terms of the util game, right? Oh, and they're so quick to rotate back. They didn't see the initial hit. They didn't see it come through. So now they're going to spread back out. 15 seconds. To be fair, I understand why they did it. They thought they might just get this on time. Not going to happen. The bomb. Oh, if it got dropped, this could have been dangerous. With 7 seconds to go, there's time enough to get this down, and now Movistar can breathe a sigh of relief. They made this one risky. They made this one dangerous, but they're still going to pull into the lead. And you're still going to have a Sangal team that's reeling economically. Even if these 2 guns get saved through, I don't think you can justify buying around them. So now is the real chance for Movistar to make this one shiny.
I gotta say, I really am starting to get slightly concerned for Sangal. They haven't really looked too convincing right now. And on a map for Movistar, which isn't exactly a strength of theirs, as we were kind of having a little look in, just before getting started towards map number 1. Statistically speaking, not great. It's not exactly been a dream for them in the last kind of few months. They're over 5 in the last 3 months. So you look at those stats, you're thinking, okay, this should be on paper chalked up to be pretty easy. Sangal, they need to be careful. This is already getting to a point where it's starting to slip out of their control. And yes, I know it's only early doors, but every round matters, especially when Movistar will then flip onto what is, some would deem, the more preferential CT side.
I think the issue that I'm seeing for Sangal right now, right, is they're sort of giving into some of their more common demons, which you saw very early on. They were very content to play retake on A. That was clearly part of the game plan. Problem is now, Soulfly and Skrunk in particular here towards this A fight are being lured into that one peak, that one early fight, and what was going on with Fuzi there? A little bit of a lackluster peak taken from him, and he will be punished. Faces up against the AWP, tries to get that early positioning, and is not giving it at all. His gun lives, but he certainly does not. And once again, Sangal going to be a man down early on. You can understand why they'd want to go for a hero play in this one. Limited as they are. But, again, they're going to be down early. Yeah. And these 4v5s have not been kind.
It's very slow now as well for Sangal in terms of their response. I mean, they have very little information to go off, and they're just gambling and hoping it works in their favor. Thankfully for them, it looks like they're getting the right gamble. If they drop the bomb here, this will change things completely, and Martinez has no clue. Bomb down, and potentially it ought to be collected too.
Well now, 40 seconds as well. Movistar played risky with the clock in the last one. This time it might come back to haunt them. Saucel, that's a big clear up on the flank. Now QB knows he has to pick his poison as far as which way he chooses to fight. And he's going to try and secure the flank. This reposition is not bad. Oh, panic though, he gives it away. Still gets the kill. Deagle threatening 20 seconds. They're going to run a risk of just losing this on time. They have to clear out one of the sides. They're going to commit in towards the A fight, knowing that they had to pick their poison on this one. Do they realize how close Soulfly is? He's just trying to buy the clock, but DaViG's aware. DaViG sniffs it out. But do they realize how far up QB is? DaViG's playing it safe. Now the time's not a concern anymore. QB in a 1v2. This one is massive, but he won't even find the first. Well played from DaViG. Ice in his veins. He's having a great map here, Neo.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really... it's such a gamble there. It's a 50-50 in terms of where you want to play the plant, and they've caught it perfect. DaViG's had an absolute corker. I mean, it's a really, really good round from him. And, of course, from Movistar in terms of recouping what was looking lost. You mentioned, clock was ticking. There was not a lot of time to make those decisions. And split second, it works wonders. 2-round lead built up for Movistar. And a real opportunity for them to have a wealth of a C side. Yes, a full way out for Sangal. If this goes badly, they'll be back to no money, and not a bad start either. Corey or fall.
Again, those opening picks haunting Sangal. Just never give yourselves a... Whoa, it's a meaty nade. Oh, that's so chunky. Saucel and Alex limping, looking at each other like, I don't know what to do, bro. We'll boost up here. Attempted fight. That one's going to go for the back girder. No, never mind. It actually clears close. That's not going to be as effective. The nade will return onto QB. And QB says, bro, flash for me. All right, Fuzi, here comes the flash. Here comes the peek. And there goes the kill. Nicely done for QB. Good sequence.
Good bit of work, right? And this is what we want to see from Sangal. More of this. More of that kind of, team-based dynamic where it's not individuals dropping early. You've kind of alluded to it multiple times now. They're losing that opening kill more often than not, and that is becoming a real issue where they're always playing at that man disadvantage. Now, finally, a little bit more team-orientated and working for them. Bit of presence over towards B for Movistar. Actually, all 4 in that position, and they have flanked through in terms of Sangal. I think they might be expecting a little bit more A presence, and it could be too late. They've got no B-side control.
Still have the bodies here. Cube can't recover this. He's got the spot. Oh, loses that fight with Mopaz. Nicely done here. Strong getting some damage, but damage is not a kill, and they could really use it. Look at the red bars, though. 3 players below half, and now Fuzi starts the party on this retake. They're out of util, though. It's just going to have to be the guns. It's just going to have to be the guns. Sangal has to fight their way through. Once the smokes fade, it's going to be all committed. Oh, pause. Ever lower. Still gets his. That's all he needed. Strunk will finish him off, but he's bought so much time. They do have a kit. They do have 2. Martinez with this op shot. That's not going to connect. It was too tight an angle for online. Now he's under pressure, but he's got it. He delivers, and they're out of time. They're out of time. This is a round for Movistar Riders. Fuzi just looking for damage. While he will find it, he cannot win the round. An op at least is a consolation prize, but another dub for the Riders.
They continue to just keep trekking along. I mean, yes, you can say the positives always made it expensive, but look back to the opening kill we just saw. If there was an overextension towards mid there by Corey, would that be a completely different round? Would that be a different case? Then a little bit more time, maybe a little bit more confidence on the retake, and who knows? Pause to come through, and you'd only assume it's called by Sangal, because this is looking pretty dire for the seed side. They are 3 rounds behind on their own map pick, while Movistar starts on the T side, which in itself is such a risk, and one that can really come back to bite them. Credit to them. The Spanish side have called this perfectly, and they are playing lights out Counter-Strike right now. And, you know, a couple of people we've highlighted, but David G, again, he's just being such an impactful player where you look over towards Sangal, they can't really contest. QB has had moments of brilliance, but some of his kills have been a little bit on the less impactful side, you know, a lurk kill or a save kill, and doesn't really add up to the tally. 6-2-3.
I think what Davi G is giving his side is the guy when the moment's getting chaotic, when the round's getting messy, he's sort of the calmer voice, right? Most of his kills have come in the flank, in the cleanup, in the post plant, and that's something that Sangal lacks a little bit.
Yes,
the
agreed.
closer. Let's see if they've got it here. Corey with first contact. Have it! Has the kill as well. Can fall away. Uncontested. He's got the util. Needs to start to dump that so it doesn't get wasted. Nice nades in. Not massive impact, and Mopaz now with the timing up the steps at just the right moment. Got the low player, or rather, no, he didn't. He took down QB, so that's going to be a problem. And they've still got a player back to the lane. Bomb needs to rotate in, but Fuzi gets caught. Oh, this is not looking good for the Sangal side. Riders have full control of the site. They have the deep position. Just a matter of time before this bomb comes in. And it does look like Sangal wants to give them the fight. Corey at least positioned for it. There's a flash, that's clear. There's the death. Flash ineffective.
Yeah, it's great CS right now. In Movistar, so few errors being made. 1 versus 2. Low HP on Mopaz could be a saving grace as long as he doesn't overextend. I think Movistar should be fine. We saw like 19 points of HP and a dream here. Needs to be headshot Supreme. After spotted out towards Jen, trying to tap away. Mopaz other ideas. All clean it up 7-3. They're extending that lead and they're pulling further and further away for Sangal. It's better, but it's still not good enough. As they fall flat, once again, start to fall further and further behind. A 4-round deficit already does make me extremely concerned in the more longer-term scope of this game.
Yeah.
And yes, I mean, they've got some money to work with. I don't think the buy is going to be too conclusive. And yeah, they are just going to stick around that 2K mark. So 1 FAMAS, few pistols. This should be Movistar guaranteeing themselves a lead at the half of 8 rounds.
And you talk about one of the great signs for Movistar. One of the biggest thermometers you can see for how Movistar is playing is Mopaz. Mopaz is a little up and down at times, but when he's on, he is very on. And when he's on, Movistar tend to be winning. So 10-6 scoreline for Mopaz. Very encouraging right now, especially with that 3K in the last round. He's heating up as time goes on. It's something that you do like to see if you're a fan of the Spanish squad. In this round, I mean, it's just not going to be much, right? You got the FAMAS for Soulfly.
That's it.
You got 3 smokes, no kits, 1 nade. Bit of desperation station, and Movistar know it, so they'll bleed some clock off and see if they get a peek.
They're so reliant on that FAMAS in the hands of Soulfly to find some success here. I mean, to be fair, last time we saw pistols out from them, not the Christmas tree stacking towards mid, but the QB double on towards B site. There was a lifeline there. There was a world in which that could have worked. This one feels less likely. I mean, yes, they once again have gone for a stack, and actually, chunking amount of damage. That's a jump scare for WG. Alex will find one with Martinez. They all clean things up. It looked uncomfortable. It looked dicey. Not too problematic. 1 versus 2, but weapon to be recollected.
Yeah, it's not done. It's not done. This is a tough one for Skrunk, and the problem is, once again, Movistar's immediate response to seeing presence on A is to take so much ground towards the B site. And Soul. All right, that's going to be comfortable. Never mind. Never a doubt in his mind about who's winning this round. Movistar, at a minimum, will be winning this half, and at this point for Sangal, this is about disaster recovery, right? They've already... Their plane's blown up. They're about trying to deploy the shoot right now and get just enough comfort that they can contest this in the second half.
I really got to say, I mean, this has been maybe even a bit of a gamble of a pick from Sangal that hasn't worked out. I want to call it a gamble, but they're actually not bad on this map when I've seen them in the past. They're normally okay. So for Sangal, what has happened? What's gone wrong? It's not too great.
I will say, I think I want to give more credit to the Movistar playing this well than I do want to criticize Sangal. Because yes, Sangal are doing some of the things that they do that lose them rounds, overcommitting into early fights, maybe getting tempted into things they don't take. But Movistar are doing a phenomenal job of punishing them. Movistar are doing a phenomenal job of controlling the pace of this and taking space in various places, of responding when they see presence. Fuzi's finally going to get the better of DaVG. That is the first man advantage early in a round we've had for Sangal in a long time. We have not seen a lot of 5v4s for them in the last 5 or 6 rounds. So let's see if they can hang on to this, if they can hang on to this lead. And if they can close a much needed round. Movistar, gonna group up, gonna turtle up, gonna go for this A-ramp take. We got Soulfly out towards Cement. He hasn't played this a lot. There's 2 Molotovs over on Movistar. So provided they choose to commit 1 into clearing Cement, this should be a fish in a barrel type of situation. But it's all about whether they do choose to do it.
We haven't seen Soulfly park up here as well. He normally falls back to sight. There it is. Now he's better with Molly. That's unfortunate. That'll give away his ruse. He has very little impact now. Well, you'd hope.
I don't know. Seen teams get overlooked here. Players, rather. Martinez, that's a nice pick. Now that puts more pressure on the Soulfly, knowing he's on a bit of an island. Fuzi's going to come in to try and provide some oversight, try and get his teammate out of here. It's all going to be about the timing. They forget about it. They line up. Soulfly, that's always the risk. You can't leave a player in the back lines. And now Soulfly is doing damage on the planter as well. Alex, he's gone. It's all in a Mopaz. The bomb down at least for Mopaz to play off of, but I talked about him heating up. Now would be the time for him to go Supernova. Pepper it down, low in health, 34 points. He's going to be able to slip back into the side hall, but now they're posted up on his angle, and QB will escort him into the next life. Soulfly's position comes back critical, and it's going to be Sangal taking a much-needed round.
Mike, did they forget about Soulfly?
I don't know if they knew he was actually there. He'd waited that long enough that they thought it might have been a fake. I don't know if someone saw whether the smoke came from sight or not, right?
I think that's a relay of misinformation, which is super unfortunate. I think they maybe thought someone had thrown it from sight. But either way, that is a real rookie error. You feel like you should at least just potentially hold one in that position. But even if you look towards that player went towards Ali, the second player, not even the planter, all he's doing is just playing, protect the bodyguard, be a better protect the president kind of play there. Oh, that was brutal. Soulfly, credit to him. All he did, hold weights, gets off a free double kill there. And of course, most importantly, the AWP in the hands of Martinez, a collected, scooped up, and given over towards Fuzi. Not too shabby. One spotted by QB, gonna fall back off the back of that. He's been pressured. Now what a shot.
All right, clothesline shot. Right between the eyes. The second one comes in. The confidence seems to be restored here. Martinez, that's a big missed opportunity to potentially get them back into this round. 3-on-5 now. Bodies firmly here for Sangal. There's still plenty of time. Movistar could pull the abort and bail. They're not going to. Not yet, at the very least. Their utility's been depleted. They've committed most of it into the strike. QB through. Oh, denied on the bomb plant. Once these smokes fade, they are in trouble. There it goes. Here's the cleanup. Martinez one more, but he's stuck. A 1v3, 50 seconds to work with. But time to put the pressure on him, and Fuzi put the shot where it needs to be.
Fuzi's been a little bit quiet, right? And quieter than he normally is. It's good to see him find a little bit of confidence in his peaks, bit of form there as well. Of course, the big green in his hands, that's where we see some of his best work. He hasn't had too many opportunities to buy into it. So, of course, I guess in this case, it being dropped over to him. And now that they got, you know, a bit of stability in terms of their economy, they got a couple of rounds on the board, heading into the penultimate of the half, already looking a lot better for Sangal. Movistar, unfortunately for them, just pistols, and they are meted and greeted with a grenade in towards mid, as Martineza will start off this round with 40 points of HP.
Corey, about a feast. About to eat.
Oh,
Fuzi as
sure.
well. There's the first one. Oh, Corey just falls out of the ankle. All right, doesn't want to get pressured. Oh, dink on. Dink on. But Davi G, likewise, did get collapsed. Another dink. All right, Mopaz is hitting right now with that Tech 9. Not finding kills just yet, but he is putting a fear into Sangal. Don't think it's ultimately going to make a huge difference, but keep an eye on that space. Ah, smoke doesn't get you the bomb. Gives him a little room to rumble, though, Mopaz. Maybe just trying to run down the players tag. And he, unfortunately, will find a full HP Corey.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easy, wasn't it? I mean, we knew what was happening. It was just kind of cut off for the rounds or seconds until that round was done and dusted. Heading into the 15th final, you know, credit to Sangal. They've at least made this competitive on the way out. It looked, I mean, if you cast a mind like 3-4 rounds ago, we could have, with somewhat confidence, said there's a world in which the Spanish side take double digits at the half and potentially even that's it. You know, the story's done. We close the book here. No, much more competitive at the very least. Sangal having a little bit of a sniff in towards this half. It needs to be a strong ending if they want any momentum being transferred over in towards their T side. Now that Fuzi going to take a peek. Cuban open things up. Quick trade. And the Orba Fuzi steps off. Brilliant.
That's what they needed. That's what they needed. Talk about that opping a little bit as we seem to have a moment here. It's been interesting. A lot of teams on Vertigo shift their opera around towards the A ramp, but that is the heavy emphasis, not Sangal. Fuzi's been mid responsible pretty much every round, right? They've left it to Soulfly and Skrunk to deal with the A ramp, which has made it a bit more predictable, but he's mostly held back. And in that round, I think, I don't remember whether it was Mopaz or Alex, but in towards mid, they maybe took that a bit for granted, and this time Fuzi punishes. So, up a man. Have been very good in favored situations. Skrunk wants to get cheeky here. He's going to go down the ladder. He's not being contested for it just yet. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. Temptation is there. The devil on his shoulder says, you can get the flank. You can get the flank. And it's correct right now. Look, sometimes you got to listen to the devil. Sometimes you got to go for that cheeky flank. And Skrunk is giving into temptations. 40 seconds. If he just holds the backstop, they're stuck.
Yeah, Movistar know though. They're holding. So he knows. Yeah, he was waiting for it. They knew all about, and that might even tempt the rotation back over towards B.
Don't have time. Don't have time. 25 seconds. They have to go for it. They have to commit to this. 22 seconds. They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. Oh, this is such a risk. He's just faking it, which maybe pulls one player off is the idea, but Sangal aren't taking the bait. They know what the clock is. They know where the time is. They know how absolutely insane that rotation would be. Here's going to come the bomb plant. Is the utility to force him off? There is indeed, and that's it. That's the round. That's the half. That's going to be one more round on for Sangal. What a recovery here. 4 rounds in a row to make this one competitive. But I think the Movistar Riders may have just done enough. We've seen their woes on this map, so it's certainly very much still up in the air. And Sangal is such an explosive T-side team here. Neil, what's your confidence heading into the halftime break?
To say 50-50, I think it will be unfair. I still feel like, for me, Sangal, I'm not convinced, even though it was better. And, you know, form the trot, you're thinking, okay, it's a recovery, but I don't know if they can carry on. We'll have to wait and see. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to throw this one to a break when we are back. Second half on the way, Sangal on their T side.
A 4-round run back from the Sangal sees us with a very close halftime scoreline, but advantage to the Riders for the moment. Let's see if these Movistars can bring this one home. Looks like we're going to get a B take, at least from the early posturing. Martinez, the only player here to receive them. He pops a shot and says, "No, thank you, I'm out." And Sangal's not going to commit. All right, they're backing off. Or
I like it.
Just setting up.
Martinez, he won second, it seems. And of course, Davy G will come in for support. In comes the util. This will get very dicey. Anti-flash being played, and the Doolies can't find any success. Soulfly, great opening. And they're looking for more as well, but the bomb's got dropped.
It drops forward, fortunately. Gives it covered behind the HVAC system. And that's a huge goal for Soulfly. Fuzi gets another. And suddenly this goes from looking dicey to looking very comfortable. Just Alex remaining. He's dinked up. Goodbye, Alex. No way you're getting away from this one. All right, we got a game on our hands with that pistol win.
It seems so. I mean, again, it looked a little bit uncomfortable. Martinez, he gets the information. He calls over the rotation. One playing anti as well. You're thinking, okay, this is great. Marvi have read into this. They've got a fairly decent idea, but I think sadly, the most simple way of putting it, he just didn't hit the shots. Couldn't quite find any of those kills, and Sangal looked very, very convincing on a pistol, and of course the buy, equally so. AKs, double gills, on a Mac 10 in hands of Scrunk, should be fairly comfortable for this side to find themselves into some success. Over towards Movistar, that one scout, hoping to tag, and maybe the pistols come back. We'll have to wait and see.
First tag. Goodbye, Saucel. Oh, a chance for Martinez here with this long-range fight in towards A. They know there's a scout. It's a little less eager for this peak, but for now, Sangal's waiting for the response. It does seem like they're going to mass for this A take. So they will test Martinez here. He's got Alex close at hand. Deagle at the ready. I mean, this isn't a bad fight for Movistar, all things considered. Eagle's going to commit into the corner. Martinez can find first contact. This gets a lot easier. Oh, there's a spot. There's the util. Now it starts to come through. He gets deleted. Alex only one. So it's going to work out well for Sangal. 40 seconds on the clock. Two players here to defend. But Davi G and Mopaz, what can they do? Smokes at the ready. Davi G can do a lot. Davi G is coming up huge again. Mopaz has been given a chance. Gifted it, perhaps. But QB coming through the side hall will make sure that one doesn't get out of hand.
What a resurgence as well from Sangal. I was saying this before the halfway mark. I wasn't convinced yet. While they found rounds, it kind of seemed like the rounds are being gifted off the back of Movistar mistakes more than anything. This is much better. Sangal already looking like a more conclusive side. You were kind of mentioning as well, when Sangal are on the T side, that's their best work, right? When they can play aggressive, when they set the tempo, when they dictate the pace of the game, that's when we see Sangal step up, and it's more of the same. As Scrunk coming alive again for one more. He's had a slow start to the game. If Scrunk can find some form, of course, just pistols, but extra cash isn't going to be a right at all.
Scrunk's here to take names and chase ecos. And he's all out of names, I guess. I mean, this round's over. Not that it was ever really on, but it is over. Just about Scrunk making some money. So Sangal, 2-round lead, 10 up. You feeling good about them now? You're talking about it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of convinced.
And a good thing as well is, right, Scrunk gets a bit of extra cash. If he really can farm some money, potentially, and open towards next, all 5 for Scrunk. And exactly that, if they want to, they can pick up an AWP, and AK can be dropped over towards Scrunk. Fuzi can roll the big green. They got all the decisions. I think, to be honest, just play the next one as a bonus. They don't even need to invest. Just try and hope they can continue on this path to glory that they seem to be in right now. No investment needed. No one died. A flawless round from them. Yeah. And the pistols not finding any success or any scare factor the way the Christmas tree did from Sangal in towards the previous half. 10-8. And off the back of how things were panning out in that first half, if you had told me that Sangal were going to be the first side to hit double digits, I wouldn't have believed you. Now I very much do.
Magic of the pistol win. Martinez trying to get something early on here in towards mid. He's playing position similar to what Fuzi did in the first half, so not a whole lot of change up in the way we're seeing this. It's the 2-1-2. Alex and Mo pause with responsibility over here towards the A side. That's a nice flash peek, but Saucil can't bring it home. There's a good setup. It certainly confirms some information. Does the player float as a result? No. They spotted two. Tries to not bring the op in at this point because Sangal are going to take the space. They're going to bring it in. They're going to bring the pressure. Can't find home with the bullets. Got so much real estate. So much real estate. And there's that first kill. Oh, the answer is swift, though. And Martinez is rewarded for waiting in mid. His patience pays off. Catches a big kill onto Corey. But do they expect Fuzi in the same angle? They certainly do not. And that's going to be the op gone. WG's got a kill in the meantime, but now they know they're going to get pinched. Pressure's on. Soulfly, though, unfortunate timing on the reload. Leaves it all to Fuzi. And damage is the important thing here. Finds one. A second. Can't quite bring home the round, but that is effective damage here. The op's retrieved. That's important for Movistar as they get their first round on the board of the second half.
Needed as well. I think, you know, if the bonus had gone the way of Sangal, you're thinking maybe this entire half is already in jeopardy for the Spanish side. Thankfully, they're able to clamber it back. It still was quite expensive, and it still is money to work with. Fortunately, not enough for an AWP in the hands of Fuzi, but they're more than happy. Actually, potentially, they could have been. Maybe they're opting just to play the rifles. I've spoken to a couple of AWPers who play Vertigo, and actually, you know, it's quite divided on how sides like to play. Do they want an AWP? Some don't like him at all. Martinez apparently does. Skrunkle 4.
Does he know Corey's in the corner? Corey's trying to play the patience game here. Problem is he's always going to have the right eye, left eye issue here in this particular fight, so he's kind of stuck. Martinez is just content to sit. Don't know if he knows the second player's here. Oh, timing. Timing is brutal for Martinez. He'll never know what he missed. But Corey is thanking his lucky stars that he gets another chance on life. Still, though, seems like we're going to fall back in towards the B steps. They've got no vision A ramp. No threat there either. So they're not keeping Movistar terribly honest. There's a 2-man boost over towards A. And that's enough for Movistar. Soulfly boosted up onto the danger panel. Here's going to be the peak. If he finds Martinez, I mean, this round could be wide open. It's a tough fight to be sure. Utility sailing in. Martinez isn't even going to leave himself exposed. And they're going to fall off the boost. 45 seconds. This is going to be the B hit, but having sent that little bit of utility, they've now baited over the presence. Good kill for Fuzi. There it is. Martinez checking too many things. That Molotov airburst. The nades are good. Mopaz with just an MP9 trying to hold the line. This is getting messy. 28 seconds. The cavalry's coming, and Mopaz is buying a lot of clock, but he's eventually going to be lost. Bombs out in the open. That's the big issue. That's the big issue. They've got one more smoke. They might just fight their way through. Fuzi drops that smoke, but it's all onto one, and Davi G cannot come up with it. What a huge round for Sangal to win.
Jesus, you know, incredibly messy. And Sangal have somehow managed to thrive in the chaos. And not only that, a cherry on top of what was a chaotic but successful round for Sangal. They walk away from AWP for free. Fuzi is going to be delighted. And it really limits what Movistar have in towards round number 21. Of course, that answer is nothing. No investment. Nothing to be brought to the table in support. I mean, that's a little bit of money to work with. He's going to go for that mid-take. Flash will catch Corey, and he is getting out of dodge. Trying to hightail it to no avail. He is dropped early doors, and AK scooped up in the hands of Martinez.
They need to go quick. They need to go quick. They've got it now, but do they realize there's one player here? Oh, Saucil. Saucil has been figured out. Okay. That could have gotten weird.
5-7, man. It's good. It's a seriously good gun. I mean, I would even throw out there. I think it's a little bit too strong.
I agree. Oh, no. 5-7 needs a nerf, for sure.
Yeah. It's too strong.
And by that, I mean, don't nerf it, Volvo, please. I need it. I need it.
Yes, the only thing keep me alive. Yeah.
I don't know what it is about that 5-7, but as soon as I can consistently get kills with a gun, I know it needs a nerf.
Yeah, I can't lie. I was using the Krieg in the AUG back in like 2016, but before, you know, way before the meta. But it's just because I needed a scope. I used to play a bit of COD, so I needed a scope in my life.
Yeah, you needed the training wheels on.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the bumpers at the bowling alley.
And then the pros use it. That's all okay when the pros use it, but if I do, no.
Poor Alex
will fall.
Thought he was safe. Tucked into a corner. Thought he had a cheeky spot. Too close to the bomb.
You really do. You hate to see it. 12-9 though. Sangal, very impressive on their T side, looking so much more confident in themselves, and everything that we were kind of saying is mistakes over towards their CT, and I guess things just really weren't looking too great from them. now being plugged.
My concern, though, is it has been
Go on.
very one-dimensional, right? Instead of most
no, I
teams which
agree.
focus too much on the A-ramp, they're very focused on the steps fight. We haven't really seen another look. Oh, that's a huge miss from Martinez. That's a big blunder. That might be a bit unforgivable in this round. The ult's going to be retrieved. It's going to be gotten rid of. Skrunk's just disposing of it, saying, no way you're getting that back. Not a chance on that. But
That's
now,
huge.
the 5v4, and as we've seen in this map in general, that early pick, it's been really impactful.
Oh, that's a brutal miss. I mean, I don't mean to beat him out on his down sort of thing, but Martinez had a couple of those already this entire game. Sitters that should be very comfortable for him to hit, and the fact that he's missed them could be quite costly. 2 versus 4. Damage delta towards QB. He's opting to abide by Bogdan's law. But the numbers game, I mean, Sangal, all they have to do is play trades here.
They really do. And I mean, look, you can't blame Movistar for going for the stack here, trying to play the buddy system, but Sangal have read it right. Said, all right, we just got kills on A. Let's see what we can do towards B and freebie site. Deep smoke on the choke point. They're clearing out the positions. It's very comfortable now. Sangal going to put this bomb down, and Movistar just going to try and save these guns.
They should be able to. That was the only thing that potentially could be a little bit of a problem. Corey lurking. Wait, they're not fighters, are they? Okay.
No, they don't have
definitely not
kits.
anymore.
I think they thought about it, but without kits, I mean, that time would be brutal. Oh no, Davig just tries to be the hide-and-seek champ. Should be alright here. Don't think anyone's coming this way.
I can't see them making their way out that way. They'll exit through stairs into spawn. Oh, no.
Skrunk?
No
Skrunk
shot, though,
might.
right?
Nah.
He won't clear this.
Or,
Surely.
unless... Let's get inside the mind of a Skrunk. He knows. He knows! But Daviji's good for it. Skrunk's brain, superior. Aim, not quite there. Tough clear, to be fair. Left eye to right eye, online, all those things. But I don't think Skrunk really cares. He's laughing all the way to the bank at this point. They are in the spitting distance of taking this down 1-0, and that would be very nice for Sangal because, I mean, as we were talking about, the Mirage pick is far from confident coming through from Movistar as well. This is a rough map pull for them.
Yeah, I gotta say this Vito is not confident. From the get-go, we was already starting to build a couple of narratives saying it's not great for Movistar. It will require them to really step up, and especially in terms of their, I guess, recent form, not only map specifically, but generally, it hasn't been great. I mean, they've won. What was it? One of the last 7, I think, if I'm right in saying, and not great. And that was just the 2-1 over Sinners. So you do get very concerned about this Movistar side, and already these concerns are starting to pay off in dividends because it's more of the same. They are in a 4-round deficit right now with Sangal being only 3 rounds away from the all-elusive 16 and going in towards Mirage with a healthy dose of confidence. Of course, for Movistar, this round, it's 1 AK in the hands of Davig and a couple of pistols to hopefully find some success. But whilst it's not impossible, it's quite improbable.
I mean, they got the right stack. This is not the round. Sangal's finally like, let's try a ramp. Bad news for you, Sangal. Never mind. It's good news. Corey says, I don't care where you're going to stack. I will kill everybody. 3K for Corey. He's just chasing a 4th. Why not? All right, give Corey the ace. Come on, let's do it. He's just so quick with it. He's just so quick with it. Go hunt, Corey. Go hunt. Go be free. He's literally dropped the bomb to go hunt, and I love this. I love that the team's just like, get your ace. Skrunk already has one on the map. Time for Corey. Oh, he's got the right.
He knows.
Oh, there's the ace! Our second ace of the map! This one, even frankly, a lot more impressive. The last one was against pure unarmored pistols. This one, Corey just absolutely deleted his stack coming up A ramp.
And not even the second ace of the map, the second ace of the half as well. I mean, Sangal lights out in towards their T side. It'd be much better. The individual stepping up. And funnily enough, Corey was one of the ones that I was a little bit concerned about. Himself and Skrunk, who are normally relatively impactful, they had struggled to be as dominant as they sometimes can be. Of course, while that was just pistols, it's better to see. And for Corey, if he can continue a bit of that confidence, this one might be done and dusted. 14-9. I can't lie, Mike. Maybe this might be the beginning of the end.
Oh, it's a big pick. That's a big pick. Alex out early. Martinez is here. But timing is going to be everything. Mopaz might give him the room to maneuver now. Brings the advantage back. It is the low HP player that he finds, but still, this next kill is going to be huge. Oh, nice catch from Martinez, but he's so blind. No, they don't commit. They don't commit. That would have been a freebie. Kilby, though, doesn't have the right read, and now Fuzi's alone in a 1v2. Yeah, big miss from both sides. Twitchy on it. Fuzi's got time. He's got the bomb. There's a lot of ways he can choose to play this. I'm going to play the smoke to make him think he's sticking around. Ooh. Audio kill. Trying to add some doubts. Now Martinez is mined. Bomb's going to go down. That can't be denied. But now Martinez starts to develop this flank. Fuzi's going to get pinched. Does he realize it? He does. The movement is beautiful. Slips his way past. Just avoids the dragnet. Now Martinez might be going back. He's got the right read. He's got the right idea. But does he commit all the way? He does indeed. Oh, the mind games between the two offers. But what a round for Martinez to step up for massive kills in defense of the site.
My gosh, I mean that... Well, while it's impressive, right? And I want to say all these nice things to Martinez, that was Sangal. I mean, QB, what is the call there? Why is he not traded, first of all? And then on top of that, Corey picks or peeking into an orb. I'd probably advise against it. And, of course, it wasn't advised. It didn't work out for them. I think, realistically, Martinez should have been stopped at one. One kill, instantly traded by QB, and that's it. But I really don't know what the call was or the misinformation or whatever. Because Sangal are their own worst enemies. And, of course, they've allowed a way in a world of Movistar getting back into this game. Somehow, Susor going for a little bit of a keep. Elevated. Finds one, makes it two as well. That's a beaut. And a great supporting bit of utility from Davy G as well.
All right, Movistar. It's been a slow start, but welcome to the half. And Alex, oh, you got a lucky one and then follows it up, realizes what he found, and, well, this one might just be done. Scrunk. Do a little hunt. Reminder that with the bank still built up for the T side, economic damage is huge. If they can inflict some casualties here, take some guns away, that's a difference maker. Strong though, bit ambitious, and it's going to be a clean round. 4K for Saucel. All right, apparently it's just multi-kill city out here.
Do you know what, for me? No complaints. It's been exciting CSGO so far.
Yeah.
And Saucel, who, as you said, has been slow. He has really not had too much impact in this, not even half the entire game. He was on single-digit kills prior to that round. Hey, been a work for him. Stepped up to the play a little bit. Bit of success. Pause to come through. Sangal need to be extremely careful not to let this one slip. They're in a bit of a precarious spot where going into his next round, full buy, no problems. Orb can come into play as well. QB's got 6.2k, can drop one over, trade off with an AK-47. So good things for Sangal. They got money, stability. But long term, they need to be extremely cautious because they've got one, potentially two buys left in them before Movistar not only tie the game up, but have the real potential of taking a lead and maybe even the map off the back of it. They need to be extremely careful.
Yeah, and the problem with doing no damage on that last one, right, is you have given so much comfort over to that CT side. You've given so much breathing room. So the pressure is lessened. Is Fuzi going to go for the op? No, okay. AK back on. This is something that I appreciate about Fuzi is that he's very comfortable playing with the rifle. And that might just give him a little bit more momentum, which is what they're going to try and do early on here. Utility response is good, but Strunk's got a great position. Saucer realizes it, but he's not ready. He was just sending out some testing shots. Didn't quite expect Scrunk to actually be there, and that's a huge opening pick for Sangal. It has been the story of the game that the opening pick just about decides where it's going to go. See if it's still the case. Well, it's like CS 101, but in that sense, this has been a bit of a 101 game. So we'll fly down. Martinez bringing this back, trying to upset the algorithm here. Davy G's on an island.
I mean, like, once again, no trade, right? I'm not even an attempt. I mean, Martinez finds a very easy isolated Soulfly. Scrunk low on HP, and even a little bit of lingering utility could be problematic. Davy G caught by the flash, but he's not being cleared, and a bomb down.
Overextension on the second. Now the follow-up. QB, that's a huge one. Now advantage found. No one's in position to deny this. This bomb is definitely going down. Nothing they can do about that. They don't have damaging utility either for the retake. Mopaz gonna have to be the point man here. Martinez to back him up. Utility to set this up. There's the flashbang. Mopaz across. He's not traded, but he doesn't realize there's a player at his back. He should be a dead man. What's going on? There it is. Okay, QB. A little bit slow on it. Might have been eating a flash. Might have been full whited. He's got it now, and Martinez is in such a tough spot, trying to get through the throw point with an op. It's a nightmare, and Fuzi knows exactly the play he's trying to make. That's map point found for Sangal.
Better, finally, as well. A little bit more on the convincing side. It's all off the back of the step up in tempo. And like you said about how they've opted to buy an AK rather than AWP, I like this decision. It's proactive from Sangal. They're very good at learning from their mistakes, and they very rarely kind of make the same one twice. And that was a good case in point where it's that prior round, they've been very slow in the tempo. They've given up too much control over towards Movistar and allowed Sourcewell just to kind of get away with murder. Much better this time. Of course, Fuzi will pick up an AWP. QB going to take charge and take point towards theirs.
Much slower start to this round. No blood shed 30 seconds in. Look at this position now. Look at this cheeky play from Soulfly. He's so far up the A-ramp. He's so far up the A-ramp.
Okay.
Oh, they have no idea. They have no clue, and he whiffs! Soulfly!
No.
That was the moment! That was the moment! Oh, he's not punished, so it's okay. It's okay. He gets a mulligan on that one, but he had so much positioning and they had no clue. Alex is thinking whatever guardian angel he has up there. Because he's been saved from sure disaster. And now they get a do-over. This next pick is going to be huge. Mopos is out in the open. Not going to find a kill just yet. Fuzi's still looking for it. This is the A-ramp fight. 35 seconds now. They're a little bit committed. They got the util for it. There's not a lot of counter over on the Movistar side. So it's mostly going to be about the gun work here. Alex swinging in. The timing is great here, but he is traded. Pressure on. Flashbang good. Soulfly, though, keeping it even, and that's a huge one from QB. DaVG has been such a backstop in rounds for the Movistar Riders, and this time he will not be able to help on out. Just in the next time that bomb goes down. Go ahead, Neo.
For Movistar, they give themselves no ability to trade, ever. All three of those kills that just got dropped there, they were so isolated, right? And that's the biggest issue, because it's left now. Suso and Martinez with so little to go off. Information minimal, and now they've both been spots off the back of the boost. I think it's done, mate. This has got to be it. So I say, Martinez will find one.
Well, they do have a kit. They do have a kit, so keep that in mind. The smoke's been retrieved. You're going to be able to go for the defuse here. So also crosses for it. It's all on the Soulfly. Soulfly, what's he got? He's trying to bait out the shot. He knows he has to pull the opera off. He's got it! He's got it! That's the game! It's over! Nothing Martinez can do! And Soulfly puts this one away for Sangal!
Oh, it's beautiful. Individual brilliance. From Soulfly there to see it off. He baits out the orb shot, he kills the diffuser, and then he plays time like his best friend, Sangal. That was a map of seeing how they could come back into form. And what a way to do so.
Yeah, definitely a lot of confidence boosting there. We're going to be on to Mirage. But first, break.